Whenever I was studying to become a teacher, way back in the early 2000s, there was one discussion point that we had in almost all of our classes, and that was, what is your teacher philosophy? It felt a bit abstract at the moment, but now, years later, I realize that it boils down to just 3 rules that I have in my classroom. And these 3 simple rules guide my classroom every single day. And trust me, with teaching computer maintenance and digital media, things can get a little chaotic, but these rules, they keep me grounded. And whether you're a seasoned teacher or just starting out, or maybe you're in a completely different field, I think you'll find these helpful. Rule number 1. And it's something that I try to live by in my everyday life, not just in teaching, but in everything. And that is, consider everything an experiment. I actually stole this idea from a YouTuber named Dave Picciuto. He's a woodworking YouTube, but he believes that every project he does is an experiment.
This is an experiment. I live by rule 4. Consider everything an experiment.
You know, every project that you do in your classroom is a chance for all of your students to learn something new. If it's something that they've already done before, well, it's all an experiment. So you're going to try something new, even if you've done it before. And honestly, this rule is perfect for what I teach. So think about it. In digital media and computer maintenance, technology is always changing. There's no single right way to do anything. So, making mistakes, it's all part of the game. I encourage my students to experiment, to try different approaches, to see what works. And you know what? It takes the pressure off. It's okay to make mistakes. If something doesn't go right the first time, that's how we learn. So when we are learning a new program, especially in my digital media class, I don't really give them step-by-step instructions. What I do is I will run them through a specific project. I'll record me going through it, and then I absolutely encourage them to go find other ways that might help them learn it better. I give them a goal, and then I let them explore. I encourage them to click buttons, to try different tools, to just see what happens. And if they get stuck, we troubleshoot, which is a skill we use in computer maintenance. We treat it like a puzzle, like a challenge to solve, because in the real world, that's how it's going to be. If we don't know how to do it, we should just try. So my next rule is the teach a man to fish rule. Now, this is one that I hammer in from the very first day, especially with digital media. We learn Photoshop, video editing, computer repair, lots of hands-on projects. And there's always the temptation, especially with IT, to just make the person get out of the way and for you to do it yourself. But I tell my students, it's okay to help, but you have to teach them how to do it. And this rule is based off of an old proverb. Give a man a fish, he'll eat for just one day. Teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. So if I see a student trying to help by taking over another student's computer or doing the lab that I have set out for them on their own, I'll remind them this rule. I'll yell out, hey, teach a man to fish. And usually they step back, they take hands off of the project that they're currently trying to help with, and they actually try to help the other student through it. And I think this applies to every classroom because every student needs help. So instead of having other students do it for them or having the other teachers do it for them, we train our students to learn how to do it for themselves. My final rule for the classroom, and it's my most important one. It's one that I've had to learn myself because I am super cautious. And I know it doesn't seem like that, but I am. I don't want to break things. And you know what I've learned through computer repair, through Chromebook repair, through showing students how to do that, is that you probably won't break it. When we start actually breaking apart computers and then trying to put them back together to see if they still work, I know, scary, right? Students are often hesitant. They're afraid to just dive in. I tell them just try. You probably won't break it. I emphasize the probably because we still need to dive in and try with informed, educated reasons for what we're doing. We can't just take a screwdriver and start hammering away inside. But if we're following the actual directions and we've listened to everything, we've done the proper experimentation, then you know what? You're probably not going to break it. And that's a core part of my philosophy. It's okay to try. It's okay to make mistakes. If something breaks by accident while you are genuinely trying to learn, it'll be okay. We can fix it. Even though these things are crazy expensive, the learning experience is infinitely more valuable. When you combine everything as an experiment with the freedom to learn and teach others and the confidence that you probably won't break it, students unlock their learning. They're willing to try new things. Take apart a computer, edit a video, be creative. So that's my philosophy. Give yourself the freedom to make educational mistakes. It's not about breaking things, it's about learning through doing. Hey, if this helped you reflect on your own teaching philosophy, please share it in the comments. I'd also love to hear about the rules that you have set up in your own classroom that help contribute to positive classroom culture. And remember, at the end of the day, it's only ever about the students. Thanks.